So what makes my company special is or I should say, are the philosophical and intellectual, even cultural and historical ingredients that are put into them. You know, um, drawing on my African heritage and my Danish experience. So the Danish heritage that I have learned about by living in this country and having a Danish stepfather and growing up between Africa and Denmark, basically between Tanzania and Denmark, between uh, Kenya and Denmark, between Zambia and Denmark, between Malawi and Denmark. So all the time, back, forth, back, forth. Denmark was like the center of the pendulum. Keep coming back to Denmark. So Denmark is like my navigating through all my experiences in Africa and traveling the world, going to Belgium and USA and everything. I always come back to Denmark. So the Danish thought, the Danish trajectory towards an egalitarian society that we now benefit from is remarkable. It's remarkable, and what I find even more remarkable than the Danish experience being remarkable is how little people know that it's remarkable, and exactly how it has been recognized by some of the greatest thinkers and movers on the planet as remarkable. Yet, people don't really realize how remarkable it is. So, whatever the reasons, I don't know, but I'm here, I've experienced it, and I often think, how would I have turned out if my stepfather had been English? Okay, I mean, he's a white man, he became my stepfather. I accept a white man. Okay, I had no choice. Love speaks. Mom, dad. Okay, mom and dad didn't work out. Mom and white man worked out, and there it was, right? But imagine if it'd been English. How would I be thinking? Had it been Norwegian, how would I be thinking? What if it'd been Swedish or Swiss? And to be honest with you, when I look at all the different possibilities of a white man that my father could have been, I'm always so friggin' glad he was Danish, you know, because there is something about being Danish and the Danes that really has to do with exactly this process. And I don't know if it's the effect of being Danish that I'm talking about or whether my personality was chosen to. But in any case, Danish thought is fundamental to the design of my record companies. So I do have my pantheon of Danish thinkers, and they're there. You will see them over and over again in my literature and my publishing material and everything. You'll see it there. And I won't name them here. Maybe I should, but I think I'll do a special video for my Danish pantheon. You know, yeah, I think I'll do that. And then of course I come from the Ngoni, who are also the Zulu people in South Africa, and that covers the entire of Central Southern Africa. So we're talking about experience all the way from Shaka Zulu days, Zwangendaba, Dingiswayo, all these brothers, Mzilikazi, Lobengula, until you get to Mpezeni, who is my king now, who lives in the eastern part of Zambia. That's my king from one part of me, and then from the other part, I'm from the clan of the Piris, who are under Gawa Undi, who's another king, and then from the other side as a Tonga, I am under Makambira, so it is basically four, because I have not looked at the Lenje side of my family, but it is from four royal families that I come from. So my King Muswati of Swaziland, that is my distant cousin. So it is now a combination of that legacy, those responsibilities, that experience as an African, with what then was added to my life from this Danish perspective. We put all those things together and then apply the Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie, Bob Marley, and the entire story, reggae story. And that's put together. And then you get me. You see? So those are those companies that I had to build because so much was invested in me. I had to make sense of it. It's a long journey. I have siblings, and me and them are fighting. We're not really talking. We might even take each other to court. It's important to say it as it is. And we might not. We might settle outside of court. I don't know. It depends on how, how siblings are. That's siblings. But I have a very clear plan, and I have a very clear idea of what to do, especially with our inheritance in Malawi at Kaesa Inn, and that is simply to uplift our people in the same way that my parents wanted to do it, my stepfather wanted to do it, my real father wanted to do it, who was a freedom fighter. He was a strategist for Chris Hani. So, and my Danish father, amazing man, and my mother, amazing woman. So we have a place in Gaesa Inn, which I really want to establish as a center for uplifting all our people and for making our people meet and to share out of all this wealth of my experience, which is me, you know. So that's the main thing that you have to understand. So that property in Africa means a lot. That's Gaesa Inn, or now my brothers there, and they call it Gaesa Creative Center. I'm not really sure what the whole point is. I have to try to keep up and say, guys, what are you doing? And I'm not getting reports, which is why we really don't agree, because I see stuff happening. I don't know what's happening. I work differently. I make sure that the whole world knows the plan, the schedule, the purpose, the philosophical underpinning, everything, the trajectory, the projected outcomes, all those things are things which are going to be given to you if you want them in a handbook, so that you actively can be part of the solution for the whole world as a member of King of Africa Publishing and as a member of Cool Mom Records and all the different projects that we have. So I kind of like got around the Danish side and the African side, about where I'm from.